Good morning, everybody. So we are back at our log job. Of course, we are logging up in the Adirondack Mountains of New York. Now back at the farm, we have had such a warm stretch that the snow is pretty well all gone. The fields are fairly bare, and it's such a huge difference for what it is compared to what it is up here. There's still plenty of snow up here. And we'll talk about today a little bit about the advantages of using equipment along with the horses as we log. So we're coming into the landing right here now, or like one of my lower landings, I guess we can call it. Some people would call it, the old timers would call it a skidway. A bunch of branches here to get around. So we're coming in here, excavator's sitting there, and we're going to get ourselves spun around. Careful. Oh. Just a little bit. Oh. So this is where we're going to be loading up today, at least the first part of today. We have one tree down there from the last day I was in here that we'll need to get out, and then we'll cut some more and see how things go. So the way I'm doing this now is I'm just pulling in place unhitching my chain and pulling the pin out. And then I'm ready to ready to swing around the loop again. Capstop. G, G, G. G, 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 G. As you can see off to our right here, we got a lot of brush here we're kind of dealing with, but we can live with it. Although it'd be nice if I didn't have quite so many branches swinging at my face. Dear Bill. Deal there. Careful. Ha, ha, ha. Ah, there. Ha. Careful. Careful. Deal there. G. Oh, bye. Back here. Back here. Back here. Oh. So this morning when I left the farm, the temperature was like 41 degrees. And like I said, all the snow was pretty well gone there. I'm sure in the woods is a fair amount, but out in the fields it was pretty well gone. And I get up here and it looks pretty well the same as when I left it a couple days ago. The temperature was like 36 degrees. But anyways, it's warm enough. I could shed some clothes, my heavy coat, before I get to work. And I wanted to show you something about the snow conditions right now. Okay, so we have this First 16-foot log here, all ready to hitched on, ready to go with a good rolling hitch. It's going to be kind of a tight curve around here to spin this around that stump right up there. That stump is from a different tree, of course. This tree, we took the first 16-foot off it already, and here is the butt to that tree. Pretty good sized wood I'm cutting in here right now, and I have a couple little ones straight out there, and then I've got to move it to a different spot, another skidway. But anyways, what I wanted to show you, as the other day when I was in here, I had to do a whole bunch of scouting around, and we've got, I don't know, it's 1.5 feet of snow probably in the woods here. But the weather conditions are such that we got a little bit of rain and then cold weather, and the snow is actually crusted over. So the other day I could walk pretty well anywhere right on top of the snow. It's warmed up quite a bit since then, so I'm not able to do that quite so well. But as you see, if I'm careful, I kind of walk on top of the snow. But if I was to do a little jump, I'm right down into the snow. And if you go all the way down to the snow, it's rather hard walking to get through anywhere. And that is the same way it is with the horses. It's very hard walking when you have a crust. As you can see, we have that one tree right there to get out, and I think there's another little one up there. But anyways, oh, there's one right here. So anyways, I need to be able to come in through here with the horses to grab these trees. And it has warmed up enough now, I'm not going to worry about it. I can get in here, I think, without a problem. But what I do quite often, since I have the excavator in the woods, so here is just another big advantage of having machinery with the horses. The machinery is so slow, that the machinery I have, that it's not something that you can actually move logs with. But they're great for loading logs onto a sled like I have. Another big advantage of it is, I showed you in another video, I had a stump that was in the way and I just dug it out with the excavator, and that was great. Also, when you have situations where you have a lot of snow, if it's soft, fluffy snow, the horses can go through a tremendous amount of snow. You go through one time empty without a hitch, and then you go back and you can hitch onto your hitch and skid it out. It's not a problem. But when you have hard crust like this, it's very hard on horses and people. You're walking along and then all of a sudden you fall down into snow. It's not a very good example here right now because we have lost a lot of snow. But just the same, if you people have ever dealt with snow, you do know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I like to take the excavator and actually make trails through the snow to some of the logs, some of the places whenever I can, to just give the horses, it just takes less energy for the horses if they have a trail to follow instead of plowing through a lot of heavy snow. So anyways, let me get this log out of here and we'll go from there. I hope to kind of tally my logs up today and see how much we do get out in a day's time. I haven't been doing that lately, but I had a really good day the other day, and I think I'm pretty certain I got over 3,000 feet out, which I was very, very happy with. I don't think that's going to be a daily occurrence down here, but once in a while it's really nice to do that. Careful now. Careful. Oh. Bye. 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 Yep. G. G over there. Careful. Careful. Oh. So now I'll bring the log up to my sled and load it on. Because of my small skidways that I have, I need to be able to keep my logs cleaned up, otherwise I'm going to have to handle them a couple different times, moving them out of my way and whatnot, and my skid steer and excavator can hardly handle these big logs. Back up here. Back up here. Back. Oh. Nope. I catch that. Oh. What I've been doing lately, and it's been working out really good for me, as I skid the log out to my landing, especially these big ones, I leave my chain right on because my excavator just doesn't have the ability to lift this log up. It's just about more than it can handle. And also the thumb on my excavator, which is this right here. This has a hydraulic lever to allow this to come down to the bucket to squeeze a log together to pick up. Well, it just doesn't have a lot of strength in this thumb. And also we're probably gonna do a little bit modifying to it because it's not able to grab into the log. It just slides right out. So when I go to pick up a log, it just falls off. So I've got to be very careful because I can break a lot of things in the process of that if I lose a log. So I've been more often than not on these bigger logs, I have a hook right here on my bucket. And that's what I use to do the job. I will put my bucket there over the chain, jump out of the excavator, hitch it up. It's a lot of work because I gotta jump in and out of the excavator a lot. But then I'll pick the log up, and what I'll do is take my stakes down and pick one end of the log up and set it on, put my stake in. Well, let me just show you. So now I'm going and grabbing my logging tongs to pick up the other end of the log, and didn't realize it until now as I'm watching the video that there was enough room to put a chain onto this end of the log very easily, and I should have done that instead of using the logging tongs, but we got it done. My chain's not very long on my logging tongs, so I can just barely reach the hook. But I get it hitched on, and then I take my stake from my sled and I actually pound in the one side of the logging tongs just so it stays in place. If I try to pound the other side in, it tends to push the first side out. So I just pound in one side, and that usually works really good. This particular time, it did not work, but it usually does. Oh! Oh! Huh? 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 Oh! Oh! No! No! Cut that. Oh, boy. So let's see how much we have on this load. We've got one 16-foot log back here. That is, yeah, this is the small end. So we're talking 450 feet. And then we have two 12-footers right here. One of the top, the small end is right here. So this is 275 board feet. And this is a small end here, another 12-footer. And it looks like it's about 150 board feet. So there's your total right there of those three logs. So 450, 275, and 150 comes to 875 board feet on this first load of ours this morning. And they brought it up that hill with no problem at all. So anyways, we'll continue throughout the day and I'll see what we have for a total at the end of the day. I just wanted to show you some of these logs we brought in the other day. They're beauties. These are basically all 16-foot stuff. And yeah, they're nice logs. Oh. Okay, our day is done. This is the last load. It's not a very big load, but one of the smaller loads I've hauled out this afternoon actually. And as you can see, we've got some pretty darn nice logs out today. And my total for today is, I don't know if you can read it or not, but this morning I got 1585 and this afternoon I got 1835. Can't read it myself. So it comes up to 3,400 board feet. So I'm very happy with that. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time around.